Yeah, continuing on, like I was saying, the bad parts that you actually discard, and one thing happens with Jake. Jake is Jake likes to tend to, when they go through certain situations and scenarios, they like to jump straight into um woman-like characteristics and woman-like emotions rather than logic. And as a man of the Lord, you've been reborn. Learning the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, you have to think logically through all situations and scenarios. Even when you know you may be in the spirit of being pissed off, you might be in the spirit of getting angry. Um, you have to restrict and bridle your emotions and judge from a sense of clarity. And, I have this quote, and I want to go into some scriptures, to support what I'm talking about through the spirit. But it said, "Men are governed by lines of intellect, women by curves of emotion." Yeah, and that's definitely true. Men, when they deal with situations, in most cases, they'll think logically. They'll sit back and think for a minute before they'll actually take action, and they'll take their time before they actually make a proper decision. Men have in most cases have good decision making skills because they don't just jump off of a pure instinct and pure impulse. Uh, in whatever they're dealing with, and in most cases, women do. So even when you're in the camp with brothers and something may go down the pipeline where it's an order, whether you getting cussed out, whether you get reproved, rebuked, some situations occur where a brother might get suspended. You have to, as a man of the Lord, you have to deal as a man. You have to think logically in situations and always, lean towards the wisdom what the Lord supplies. If you're in a situation of the wrong, it's all right to be wrong. As a man, you have to understand that you're gonna make a slew of mistakes in your conquest to the kingdom of heaven. You're gonna make slip ups, as it is written, the righteous man falleth 7 times and he getteth up again. So you're gonna make young mistakes, adolescent mistakes, and those things are fine, but it's all about the recovery. But as if you harness women like emotions, women they tend to always be right, even if they're wrong. You know, it doesn't matter what they'll go through. They feel like, all right, well, at the end of the day, they'll flip and change up the scenario and make it where they're right, even though they're wrong, and they be plain as day. They'll know they be wrong, and they get caught dead set. The high beams is on them like a deer in the what do say that, as a deer in the headlight, but they'll still try to slip and slither out of whatever situation they're going through when they've been caught up. Whether they've been cheating or something like that. You'll see videos all throughout the internet, a woman cheating, but she's still justifying herself, and that's going into the scripture. That's exactly what the scripture says. Where it says, "Justify not thyself, but before the Lord," because that's the thing that a woman would do. That's effeminate, and it's a lot of situations and scenarios. Like I said, this is just one of many where you have to sit down and you have to contain your wits, and you can't lose your wits and jump straight into the pockets of emotion. When you're dealing with situations. And I got the scripture in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Right. And the main thing it said is nor effeminate. Now, when you go into that word effeminate, if I'm not mistaken, it goes back to the Greek malakos, which it actually means soft. Just want to get this other scripture. But yeah, it actually means soft. So, in the truth, you can't be soft. You got to be hard body in this thing. It's gonna be things where, your morals, your spirit, on a whole has to be like they say, having thick skin has to be pretty heavily layered for you to endure through certain situations, whether you're getting cussed out, whether like I said, certain orders may come down the line, whether whether you have to go through certain stages of endurance, long suffering. Those are all characteristics that a man can suffer through. And again, what are women about? Women are about instant gratification. Women, as soon as they get something, get money, they don't discipline themselves and look to invest or look to build off of their situation. They jump off impulse and buy a bag, buy clothes, buy all these things that don't matter, and then think about it later. You can't think like that in this truth. You have to have a long suffering mentality, and wait for the benefits of things in the latter end, as it is written in Ecclesiastes, that princes shall eat in due season. And the prince, that's a man's man. All right. When you're dealing with upper echelons royalty, they're all about harvesting man-like characteristics. So understanding that you should eat in due season, that means that we ain't eating right now. We're in a time of suffering. But are you going to get envious that, certain individuals is eating more than you? Are you going to get jealous, and start to get covetous? Those are all characteristics of a damn woman, man. All right, we're not in those times to be thinking like that, to be you know, wrapping our heads around, that woman like shit, so to speak. You gotta just hold things down. You gotta be a true man, and as a man, like I said, you don't grow up. A lot of times, you don't grow up knowing these things. These things are, over time developed, through the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shah, reading about these men in the scriptures, King David, the kings, the priests, the judges, the warriors. You read about all these unique men, and you see how strong they were in their situations, whether they were on higher or very, very low. They still retained their wisdom, knowledge, and then their integrity for the above all. So you have to retain that same mentality when you're going through your straits and your conditions of difficulty, because that's what it's about. And the thing is, it's gonna get harder. The tracks of endurance are gonna get that much harder. So you have to stabilize your mind and not get shook up, not waver, as it is written, because you need that. You're gonna need those points of wisdom to get you through each and every scenario that you're going through. This is 1 Corinthians 16:3. Yeah, I just started that. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong. Right. So it said, watch and be a loyal watchman. Stand fast in the faith. Whenever you're standing fast, that means you're fastened and you're pretty much uh etched wherever you are. There's no moving you. And it says, quit you like men. When you go into the that word quit, basically going into basically being like a full man. You have to be a man's man in this thing, And like I said, those characteristics of a man, dealing with suffering, dealing with endurance, dealing with courage, dealing with faith, because the word I think effeminate also goes into lacking faith. So when you go into that the scripture I just read, you know, to not have faith, that's a form of being effeminate. You believe in here, then you don't believe, then you don't know. That I don't know spirit, but that you want to believe today, then you don't want to believe tomorrow. All those are characteristics of a goddamn woman, man. Cause hey, what happens when you're on a hot seat, your woman's right beside you, but when things start to get shaky, she wants to jump boat. Why? Because she doesn't have any faith. So you can't have that same mentality in this truth. You have to hold it down through the highs and the lows. And it says, be strong. All right. So strength is a masculine trait. You have bodybuilders, and most men, they want to define their body as strong. They want to have, six packs, so to speak. They want to have a broad chest, because the strength is definition of masculinity. All right. And women are what? They desire curvaceousness, and voluptuousness. They're all about the aesthetics of looking curvy, so to speak. But men are all about definition, all about uh, endurance, stamina, strength, courage. Those things are the most important characteristics that a man could possess. So, in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, we have to hold those fast unto the end. And, this I didn't want to make this too long. Just wanted to throw out a couple words, for brethren. And if you are that brother that you show those signs of lacking faith at times, you show those emotional points at times when the ship gets shaky. Hey, pray to Yahweh Shem Shah to get those spirits off you. And if you see a brother that is showing those significant points of being like a damn woman, hey, you cuss them out, man. Get on them, light a fire on them, because hey, fire, what is that? The heat, that fiery furnace will bust pipes or to make diamonds. So it's gonna either purify the man and purge that demon away, the demon that was left behind through his mother or sisters or wherever woman is his ex-wife, or he'll be purged out. It's only two things, but this fire has to try all of us so that we could be true men of Yahweh Shema Shah, because the Lord is requiring all of us to be men. All right, as it is written, the flock of the Lord's pasture are men. Unto you, O men, I call. Gird up thy loins like a man. So this is all I have for Akim. Just wanted to throw this out through the spirit. Want to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shah by Shemar Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom Akim.